Well, hello, this is Crypto Neptune, and I am back once again talking about PulseDrip and why this protocol is just executing on another level. I am just blown away at the moment far as like the execution of the PulseDrip team, Hustleman Matt and Eric the Bandit. They essentially have just kind of just taken PulseDrip to another level. So, what are we looking at with PulseDrip? We're sitting at $69.91. So a healthy price point. Now remember, the, the pre-sale for PulseStrip was like $2. And here over the last week, right, it mooned up to an all-time high of a little over $100, I want to say. But that is attributed to, you know, the community kind of just being actively engaged in every piece of this ecosystem, right? And again, to Eric and Matt, who have continued to kind of build a strong foundation for PulseDrip. So with PulseDrip, guys, we have what I want to call a suite of financial services, right? I mean, could you ever imagine in any type of crypto project history the term a suite of financial services being used with crypto? I mean, this is a really big deal with what PulseDrip is doing, right? They have essentially created value with PulseDrip because the PulseDrip garden, it helps support PulseDrip, right? The total value lock is at 188K. So 188K total value locked in the garden. And again, like we've mentioned before, with each one of these assets here, each time you deposit, right, a percentage of that is used to buy back PDRIP. Each time you claim, a percentage of this is used to buy back PDRIP, right? So this is, again, shouts out to everything that Eric and Matt is doing as far as like this suite of financial services. They just added H2O, right? They just added H2O LP to this garden, right? And, there's currently some people that's been staking in here. But this is what we're talking about when you're executing on another level. And I want to make this point too. With this team, it's gotten to the point to whereas they're executing on Polygon's level. On Polygon, yes, I'm talking about Polygon Matic. Because if you notice with Polygon Matic, there's always an update, right? Not that there's always an update. There's something kind of piquing your interest as far as what's going on, how are they trying to build, right? You see it with Polygon, they're constantly giving updates and continuing to improve the protocol, right? And then you have PulseDrip. This is a high ROI platform in which you, if done correctly, this could set a lot of people up financially successful. Then here, right, the bonds, right? This is another layer that was just added and what's attributed to the crazy run up in PulseDrip's price is these bonds here. So this is like essentially it's genius because you deposit in with PLS, right? And you stake your bond. The smart play with these bonds is, and again, it depends on how much you deposit. Everybody's strategy is different. But for me, with my bonds, I want that full 200%. So just like in the real world bonds, with these bonds, you want them to mature. And once they mature in value, you are essentially, kind of taking this to the next level, right? So essentially, this amount here in tokens will double, right? So once that amount doubles, then you have a decision to make. Do you then at that time, you claim. And for me, what I plan on doing is potentially claiming half, using those assets to build out my faucet, right? Using those assets to build out my faucet. That's kind of where I'm sitting here with my faucet, but building this bag up here because I want to use half and then redeposit and then rinse repeat. So if this is like over 8,000 H2O, once my bond is matured, I'm going to take half and convert that back into PDRIP and put that in my faucet so I can grow my faucet position, but also create more bonds, because I feel like if I do that, if I could create more bonds, then I could essentially, kind of send this, continue to build on that and use those assets to kind of do what I need to. So that's kind of how I'm going to play it. But again, when you deposit in here with PLS, on the back end, it's going to be buying PulseChain, and then that PulseChain is buying H2O, right? And like a percentage of that H2O is burnt. So the value of H2O is going to increase. So it is a smart play to always have some H2O because H2O is going to go up in value too, right? And then again, once I reach maturity, what I plan to do is take half of my PDRIP and put it into my faucet. The other half, what I'll probably do is sell that back into PLS and then restake it back into restake that back into here, if that makes sense. At least that's kind of how I'm going to play it. Or potentially, I could even, maybe potentially create an LP here and kind of stick that in this place here. So that's kind of how my thought process is. And for me, that's just like $70 right there of passive income, right? And I'll definitely take it. And then my percentage interest for the day has grown to 0.80. And the goal is to get to that max daily of 4%, right? So what else is going on with this protocol? Another thing that's kind of going on with this protocol is the team has a partnership with Goat. So Goat will be a new listing in, you guessed it, the PulseChain Garden. So there'll be a new listing here within the PulseChain Garden here. And you kind of go from there. So let's go. What else do we have? Oh, yeah, we have this here too. We also have this post-drip LP. So it's a drip PLS LP that will be added to Post Farm. Now, Post Farm is kind of is separate from Post Drip. It's like a totally different development team. However, again, building these partnerships. So you build a partnership with PLS Farms, right? You build the relationship with the GOAT protocol, which are kind of the devs behind Elephant Money too. I mean, this is brilliant because you are continuing to keep PulseDrip's name out there until it's undeniable, right? The last I checked, I think PulseDrip was sitting at over $300 million market cap, and still not everybody knows about it, and still people are hesitant to get in. So I would say this is kind of like a last cry for like a lot of people. It's like, if you're not in PulseDrip, highly recommend getting in. Well, I guess I can't say highly recommend getting in. I would say do your own research and take a look. That's probably a better way to say it, not financial advice. I would say read up on the information and look at kind of what's going on with this protocol. Where for me, I'm getting passive income here, roughly 69, almost $70 a day here in this piece in the Faucet, right? And this is a tradable NFT, which is passive income, right? And if you look here with the bonds, right, I am getting $70 a day here, guys. This is this is insane, right? And I could potentially maybe change my strategy. Who knows right now? The main thing for me with these bonds is just getting it to maturity and then having that extra P drip to put back into my faucet and then kind of go from there. But to be in this position to have H2O and for it to be going up in value because a percentage of it is always burned is like a game changer, right? Let's see, what else do we have? We have PLS. It's up a significant amount. We have PLS up. We have, a little bit. H2O is up. Again, H2O launched at 2 cents, and I think it went up past 80 something cents. This is crazy, guys. So, my feeling is we will have a next leg up. We could potentially see another all time high for PulseChain, another all time high for H2O. The all time high for PulseChain is over 100, a little over 100. I'll have to go back and look. I think it's 102, 103. This went up to almost like 88 cents. It's crazy, guys. So I anticipate with this announcement here of the partnership with GOAT, and it has a lot of pull in the space for an early project. And then the partnership with PLS Farms. Again, it's going to be full send mode for PulseChain, and it's going to be full send mode for this whole ecosystem. I mean, there's just assets and money to be made everywhere. I got my stakes here. This is, I can't say it enough. This is a suite of financial services that you would kind of think about like in a TradFi sense. That's how much of a big deal that PulseChain has gotten to. And it's only been almost 3 months, almost 3 months, and all this stuff has been is happened. So for me, that's pretty much it. I'm excited to be in this protocol, and we'll just kind of play it by ear, far as what else Eric and Matt have up their sleeve. So thanks for listening. Thanks for stopping by.